Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. We've had like a million alternate Batman lists, but poor Alfred has yet to see some love. But never fear, Ron is here to give the butler his moment in the sun. Yes, I'm still obsessed with Galavant. If you enjoy this, check out our alternate versions of Batman lists. Now get ready, it's time for the top 10 alternate versions of Alfred Pennyworth. Number 10. Golden Age Alfred. If you've never read the Golden Age comics, you will probably be pretty shocked, because this is a very different Alfred. Rather than being the ever stoic and helpful butler, Alfred was this chubby, bumbling detective that kept screwing things up for Batman. His last name wasn't even Pennyworth, it was Beagle. Gross! It wasn't until 1944, after Alfred was portrayed as a thin, mustached man in the Batman serial, that he slimmed down in the comics. And they actually explained it by sending him to a health spa and having him lose weight. I'm not joking. Fun fact, this version ended up being the Alfred from Earth 2. Number 9. Alfred by Gaslight. This Alfred isn't super different from other versions other than the period appropriate facial hair. That was a Galavant reference, but I couldn't find the clip. Any Galavant fans out there get that? Anyone? I'll stop the references when I get a third season, dang it. Anyway, while this Alfred doesn't look so different, he's pretty badass. After Bruce is framed as Jack the Ripper and sentenced to death, Alfred breaks him out and takes his place in prison so Batman can go save the day. Way to take one for the team. Number 8. The Dark Knight Returns Alfred. The Alfred of Dark Knight Returns is a bit different since both he and Bruce Wayne are older in this story than most. He's still the same old Alfred, but now he's the same old Alfred, and as he's gained age, he has lost to give. I really like this version because his interactions with Bruce are just amazing. It's less like their usual boss-servant relationship and more like two old farts being hilariously sarcastic to each other. It's like Grace and Frankie Batman edition, and it's awesome. Get Ian McKellen and Robert De Niro and just make it happen. Number 7. Beware the Batman Alfred. This version of Alfred is pretty much as different as you can get. This Alfred is swole. He looks like Lex Luthor's servant brother, and he can kick butt and take names when the situation calls for it. He used to be an MI6 agent and uses his skills to train Bruce in combat himself. This burly version of Alfred was fittingly voiced by J.B. Blanc, who also lends his voice to another burly Batman character, Bane. He has one of my favorite Batman lines ever, which hopefully won't sound Australian. Never sneak up on an old spy while he's making a sandwich. I'm sure I messed that up. Number 6. The Outsider. This is one of the very few evil versions of Alfred. Way back in 1964, Alfred pushed Batman and Robin away from a falling boulder, but died in the process. When he was revived by Brandon Crawford, he was very different. Suddenly he was totally white, had telekinetic powers, and wanted to kill the crap out of the Bat Boys. He kept messing with the guys from issue 329 to 356, using other people to do his bidding before being changed back to normal by the regeneration machine. Number 5. The Other Outsider. Yeah, in the New 52, Alfred broke bad once again. The Alfred of Earth 3 helped Thomas Wayne Jr. kill his parents, then served him as he rose to become Owlman. He became the Outsider after traveling to Earth Prime through a portal. Here, he built a team of villains in order to get Pandora's box so that he could bring the crime syndicate to Earth Prime. I'm not sure how I feel about these evil versions. On the one hand, it's cool knowing that Alfred is completely loyal, but it's kind of a bummer that he's fine being evil if his boss is evil. Let me know what you think in the comments. Number 4. Soldier Alfred. Or should I say, Sexy Alfred. The Alfred from Earth 1 was a member of the Royal Marines and met Thomas Wayne in the Middle East. Alfred saved Thomas's life at the cost of his right leg and was later named Bruce's guardian. This Alfred is a lot gruffer than most, often telling Bruce that he should just shoot the bad guys instead of using his gadgets. And seriously, this looks like Alfred reimagined in that Daddy Simulator game, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at all. Number 3. Young Alfred. The recent All-Star Batman comics have really delved deeply into the relationship between Bruce and Alfred. We're gonna see a new side of Alfred, with flashbacks to his younger days with MI5 and the Nemesis program. The younger Alfred that we see in these flashbacks is really great. He's sarcastic, adventurous, with the same devil-may-care attitude that we see in Bruce. He really reminds me of Vlad Teutosh from the Dragera books, right down to the mustache. I really dig young Alfred, but he isn't quite as badass as... Number 2. Dark Knight Alfred. The Dark Knight was created to do what has to be done to protect the world, hated by all while secretly defending the world from evil. Alfred initially agreed to become this knight and wear the crown of thorns, but later changed his mind when his boss Briar revealed that he planned to kill Alfred's father. However, after Alfred left, Briar got his hands on Alfred's genetic information and created his own Alfred to turn into the Dark Knight. And just look at him. It's so sick. Not only that, but he's actually pretty honorable and in the end decides to do the right thing. What a boss. Number 1. Murder Machine Alfred. Okay, I know I said I wasn't sure how I felt about evil Alfreds, but in this case, I definitely know how I feel. He's totally wicked, in every sense of the word. After having his back cracked by Bane, Alfred is brought back to the world in AI form. The only problem is, AI Alfred is kinda murdery. The machine replicates itself and kills Batman's villains in an attempt to protect him, then merges with Bruce and turns him into an unfeeling machine. He later acts as a kind of minion for Murder Machine, showing up when he rings to take out his enemies. And it's so sick, even if it is a bit Ultron-ish. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Which of these versions do you like best? Let me know in the comments section down below. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.